Hello and welcome to New Mexico Rising. My name is Dan. You know, each and every week we try to talk to people from across the country about things you could do right here in New Mexico. And on this week's show, we got this.
Which I'm really excited about, but can't really talk about yet. Sorry, I got ahead of myself.
That's all right. Your bosses aren't watching my show. You could put as many spoilers here as possible.
It might be.
Kids, from their point of view, everything is like, oh, I want to touch it. I'm interested in that.
And it felt like a heavy curtain was being pulled over my eyes. I was experiencing not only the exhaustion, but weight gain and looking for answers for over 2 years without finding any. Seeing doctor after doctor.
All of that and more right here on New Mexico Rising.
Navigating health challenges isn't easy, but it's even more inspiring when those stories come from people who have achieved incredible success. Joining me today are Olympic gold medalist Gail Devers and Peloton instructor Hannah Corbin. They're here to talk about their experiences with thyroid conditions and thyroid eye disease, and share advice to help others stay healthy. Welcome, Gail and Hannah.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Gail, can you share a little bit about your experience with Graves' disease and thyroid eye disease?
Yes, so for the last 30 years, I've been living with Graves' disease and thyroid eye disease. And I was having symptoms of thyroid eye disease like bulging, redness, pain, irritation. My eyes were dry or they didn't close fully when I slept. And during all this time, no one ever told me that my eye symptoms were separate from my Graves' disease. And it's only recently that I discovered with the thyroid eye disease that it's related, but it's separate. And it needs to be treated separately by a TED specialist like an oculoplastic surgeon or a neuro-ophthalmologist.
And how have these health challenges impacted your life and career?
Oh my goodness. Even for me, I had to stop driving. So I had light sensitivity, and so it was bothering me. I had to stop driving at nighttime. But the symptoms present themselves differently depending on the person. It could be watery eyes, dry eyes, red eyes, pain behind the eyes, redness, double vision. And sometimes it can lead, in extreme cases, to eye vision problems as far as loss of vision. So my advice to people is just to be your own best advocate, to know the signs and symptoms, know the risks, know that if you have Graves' disease or a thyroid condition, that up to 40% of people with that may develop thyroid eye disease. And it's to know these symptoms. Women, we're 5 times more likely than men to develop this. So you got to get your life back on track sooner than later. So if you're noticing any changes in your eyes, make sure that you find a TED specialist like an oculoplastic surgeon or a neuro-ophthalmologist in your area so that you can get your life back on track.
Hannah, you've been open about your diagnosis with Hashimoto's disease. What are some of the signs that you noticed before getting diagnosed?
Sure. Most people saw me on the outside as a Peloton instructor, thriving on the leaderboard, but behind the scenes, I was so exhausted that I could barely stay awake for 4 hours without needing a nap. And it felt like a heavy curtain was being pulled over my eyes. I was experiencing not only the exhaustion, but weight gain and looking for answers for over 2 years without finding any. Seeing doctor after doctor, being told that my exhaustion was probably just because my weight, or because my job, was physically demanding. So finally, I was able to be diagnosed with Hashimoto's, find the right care team, and get the treatment that I needed.
How are Graves', Hashimoto's, and thyroid eye disease connected?
So with autoimmune diseases, your body attacks the healthy tissues by mistake. With thyroid conditions, it's an autoimmune disease that attacks the thyroid. And with TED, which is a separate but related autoimmune condition that requires separate care, it attacks the muscle and the fatty tissue behind the eyes, creating those symptoms that Gail spoke about. Now that I know my risk for TED, you're at risk with a thyroid condition like either of us have, but you're at a more increased risk if you have Graves' disease to develop thyroid eye disease. And now I know my risk, I am listening to my eyes.
Hannah, what advice would you give to someone newly diagnosed with a thyroid condition?
I think you have to know the symptoms, to be aware. And with that awareness becomes the power to be your own best advocate, to find the right care team around you, and to flip autoimmune into auto-amazing. So you can stop focusing on everything that your body can't do, but instead start focusing on what it can do and start to feel like your own best self once more.
And where can people go for more information and resources?
So for the risks, signs, and symptoms of TED, or to find a TED specialist near you, you can visit
FocusOnTED.com.
Thanks, you two.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Medicare's annual enrollment period is here, and the December 7th deadline is fast approaching. For many Americans, this is the time to review and adjust their plans to meet their health and financial needs. Joining us this morning to help make sense of it all is Whitney Stidham, Vice President of Medicare Operations at eHealth. Good morning, Whitney.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Whitney, why should people make it a point to use the Medicare annual enrollment period every year?
Well, the Medicare annual enrollment period runs from October 15th through December 7th every year. And it is the one time per year that every Medicare beneficiary can make a change to their plan. So as new benefits and changes to the plans are occurring in January, it's in a time of year when all Medicare beneficiaries can review what those changes are and ensure that they're enrolled into the plan that meets their needs.
What's different about this year's AEP that's making it more difficult for some people?
Well, this year is a very dynamic year. We're seeing a lot of different changes to the plan benefits, the cost sharing in some cases going up, and even some plans exiting the market to the point where we could have millions of Medicare beneficiaries needing to shop for a new plan.
Can you share some simple steps to make enrollment easier and less overwhelming?
Absolutely. I have 4 tips for you. So the first one is to review your annual notice of change. You should have received that from your Medicare plan in October. And that will outline all the different changes that are happening to your current plan, premiums, deductibles, co-pays, prescription, doctor coverage, all of that will be outlined in the document too. So important to understand what's happening with your current plan. The second thing is to do an inventory of your own situation. What's changed with your health, any new prescriptions, doctors, upcoming, surgeries or appointments, things like that. And also understand what other plan options are available. You could be in a good plan, but there may be other plans that can save you some money. And then the third thing would be to talk to a professional. There are Medicare experts, at eHealth, we have licensed insurance agents that are available to help you do the work and take the headache out of it. Make it very, very easy and understandable by doing a personalized needs assessment and then helping to recommend the right plan for you. And then the third is that, don't wait. December 7th is right around the corner. Don't wait, because the longer that you do, the longer you actually wait on the phone to talk to somebody. So you can also go online and do some shopping at eHealth.com, do a little bit of research, but very important that you meet that December 7th deadline.
Thanks, Whitney.
Yeah, thanks so much.
It's the holiday season, and there's no better time to be sure that your internet connection is ready for the seasonal demands of shopping, gaming, video chatting, you name it. The question is, can your modem keep up with your family's high-speed pace at the busiest time of the year? Well, Angela King has more.
Whether streaming holiday music and movies, gaming, video calling with loved ones far away, or online shopping, our holiday festivities are increasingly dependent on a strong and speedy internet connection. Having the best equipment, including a high-performing modem, can be key to faster connectivity. The experts at Aris Surfboard say upload speed makes a big difference when it comes to high-def streaming, gaming, and large data uploads. The technology company just introduced 2 of the fastest, high-performing cable modems on the market.
The new Aris Surfboard G20 Wi-Fi cable modem is next level with 2-in-1 functionality. It supports the fastest upload speeds and includes a Wi-Fi router in one device, allowing customers to take full advantage of the latest plans offered by cable providers, while the S34 cable modem is also optimized with the fastest upload speeds available while delivering up to 2.5 gigabits per second of download speed.
For more, visit surfboard.com.
The holiday season is here, and Americans are expected to spend nearly $950 billion. It's the perfect time for parents to turn shopping and budgeting into teachable moments for their kids. Joining us today is Winnie Sun, a financial professional with years of experience, here to share easy ways parents can teach their kids how to build financial literacy. Welcome, Winnie.
Thanks so much, Abby, for having me.
What are some simple ways parents can teach their kids about money during the holidays?
Well, Abby, the holidays give us loads of opportunities to talk about money, from budgeting for gifts for family and friends to understanding the importance of giving. This time of the year is really special. It offers real money management examples. In fact, one tradition that we have at our house is that we sit down as a family to create a holiday spending plan, also known as a budget, and we talk about our gifting plan, ways we can show gratitude, and of course, how we can celebrate with loved ones like grandma. It's real life financial planning.
And how does financial literacy evolve as kids grow up?
Well, when we say kids are our future, we truly mean it. So kids learn their money habits by watching us. For example, how we shop and make purchasing decisions, and how we talk about expenses, and how we prioritize saving and budgeting. And if we have a positive attitude towards handling money, so will they. So you can start off with your younger kids by talking about the basics of how to save and earn. And then for older kids, teens, college students, you can then have those deeper discussions about financial goals and responsibilities. In fact, this time of the year is actually perfect for this.
Can you share some tips for teaching money skills?
Absolutely. Helping kids understand money management and gain confidence really starts with having those open conversations. And you can teach them how to build healthy financial habits, like creating and sticking to a budget. And then once you have the clear budget, then it's important to understand the importance of balance, spending versus saving, and then setting those real world goals, like, for example, buying a gift for their favorite teacher or saving for a new computer. That all encourages budgeting with a purpose. And then opening a bank account. Chase First Banking offers a debit card with parental controls designed specifically for kids ages 6 to 12, so like little ones. And this account can help them learn the basics of money management. Then as kids get older, there's the high school checking account for teens, and then there's a college checking account for college students. And they all come with no monthly fees for the first 5 years and have easy access to Chase's mobile app, making it super easy to manage your finances on the go. And tools like AutoSave can even help kids keep track of their progress and staying on top of their financial goals. And then once you have this account, we actually want to help them meet that goal. So to level up, you can actually automate their savings. This is one of my favorite tips. Even if it's a small amount, have something going each and every month. Now, this could come from an allowance or even a part-time job, but it's a great way to help them grow towards financial freedom.
And are there any fun ways families can work together to set and reach money goals?
Yeah, I love this question. It's a popular one, especially at my house. We plan a family goal and then we talk about what we need to do to make it happen. So it's fun, it's easy. So for example, this year, the kids said that they really want to go on a beach vacation next year to see some tropical penguins. And yes, that is a thing. And so we map out what it'll cost for all of us to go. And then we talk about what we need to do to make that goal happen. Now, the kids will offer up what they're willing to chip in and save and prioritize and make it happen. And then we decide together if the goal is too much or if we can actually afford it. And if it's too much, then we'll look for a cheaper solution, but we do it together. And it gives us a chance to talk about needs versus wants. And then we work together as a family team to make it happen. So the little ones might offer to pitch in their birthday money or help around the office for pay. And my older one will usually contribute some of his internship money, for example. And it makes achieving the goal together so much sweeter.
And where can our families go to learn more about these tips and resources?
So you'll want to check out chase.com/student banking.
Winnie, thank you for joining us.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. Happy holidays. And thank you so much again.
The holidays are a time for family, but when kids are in the house, safety should always come first. Here to help us make our homes feel safer and still stylish are Brian Sansoni from the American Cleaning Institute and Taurine Crepey from Safe House Kids Worldwide. Welcome.
Thank you.
Hello, it's great to be with you.
What are the most important areas in the home for parents or caregivers to focus on?
Well, we know families are going to be joining one another, and they're going to be around the kitchen, their living and dining areas. They're going to be in their restrooms, as well as their cleaning their home and using their laundry room. So we really want to encourage families that do a complete scan of your home and make sure all of the products that you may use, that you close them and secure them, but most importantly, put them up and away and out of sight and out of reach for children. Families will come in with purses and bags. We want to make sure that do not put them on the floor, because if you have medication or other things in your bag that could be available to these little explorers, it will help them not be able to have access.
How can we create safe spaces for kids while keeping the house looking great?
Yeah, we're going to be cleaning a lot during the holiday season. You'll be doing probably a few dishwasher loads in between meals, but we want to make sure we're cleaning safely. So don't leave those dishwasher tabs or dishwasher detergents where little kids who are running around can grab them. Kids, from their point of view, everything is like, oh, I want to touch it. I'm interested in that. You need to look at it through their eyes. So you may be showing off your house. Guests might be using your laundry room. Make sure for the laundry you're doing or your guest, make sure those laundry products, say those laundry packets, for instance, are out of sight and out of the reach of children. Use the product right away. Put the laundry tab, laundry pod into the washing machine, and then put away that container. So just take those extra seconds for safety, because there's people coming around. You might have a lot of people in the home, including if your kids are grown, maybe grandkids are coming over, or little nieces or nephews. So make sure you lock up those spaces where there's cleaning products present, because kids want to grab everything. There's a lot going on. We want everyone to have a clean and safe holiday.
Is it dangerous to store cleaning products in clear jars or containers?
Well, we want you to store them in the container that they came in. And so one of the things that the American Cleaning Institute has taught all of us is store, not decor. We're going to have a lot of decorations around this holiday season. Let's keep our products in the containers that they came with so that they are secure and up and away and out of sight of kids.
Can you tell us about the new home safety guide you've created?
Yeah, the American Cleaning Institute work with Taurine's organization, Safe Kids Worldwide, to put together just some clear, concise, understandable information for parents and caregivers to help keep our homes safe, not just at the holidays, but year-round. And just some good common sense reminders, all different rooms of the house. And that way, this guide, which is easy to download, it's just great reminders. Or if you have someone that's taking care of your kids, good to share it with them as well. So you can have a safe holidays and a safe year.
Where can families go to get more safety tips and advice?
Yes. So if an emergency happened when you are celebrating during this holiday time, please, we want you to put the poison control number in your phone. That number is 1-800-222-1222. You can also go to safekids.org for more information, or packetsup.com.
Thanks, you two.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Holiday shopping is in full swing, but with inflation and rising expenses, many shoppers are looking for ways to do their best to stretch their budgets. So let's enter with Amazon Access. It's a hub designed to make shopping a little more affordable and accessible for everyone, especially during the holidays. So joining us today is Nancy Dalton, Director of Amazon Access. She's here to share how Amazon is helping shoppers save on essentials and everything else this season. Welcome to the show, Nancy. How are you?
I'm doing great, Dan. Thank you so much for having me.
All right, we got to get down to this. What is Amazon Access? I don't know. And how can customers take advantage of it?
Yes, so Amazon Access is the team that develops products and services that make our customers shopping journeys, particularly in our stores, easier and more affordable. And we've been going across the country, listening and learning, speaking to customers about their needs, and looking at new and different ways to meet them where they are. And so, to your point, the Amazon Access Hub was actually birthed out of those conversations. And at this hub, your listeners can learn more about some of our key programs, those that really do drive savings, especially during this holiday season. And they are our Payment with Snap EBT program. So they can use their EBT on Amazon to purchase eligible groceries across Amazon Fresh, Whole Foods, and Amazon.com. We also have our Prime Access program, which is all of the benefits of Prime at 50% off of a regular Prime membership for anyone who is receiving qualifying government assistance programs like Medicaid, or if their kids, say, receive free and reduced lunch. And we also have our Amazon Access Discounts program. And this is a new offering that gives 15 to 20% off of everyday essentials. And when you think about everyday essentials, it could be things like baby products here on the table, beauty products, household wipes, all of those things that we need every day to take care of our own routines. So we're really excited to offer these programs through the Amazon Access umbrella.
And for families that are working with smaller budgets this year, how do you feel Amazon Access is making it easier to shop for the holiday shopping season?
Absolutely. Amazon Access is rooted in this belief that we want to be there for our customers when they most need us. And for some customers, the holiday is that time. We are living in an environment where you simply can't afford to leave money on the table. And in fact, a recent Profitero study found that Amazon's prices on everyday essentials is actually 6% less. And so again, those baby items, beauty, household must-haves like you see here on the table. And that same study also looked at top gift offerings like toys and electronics, like this JBL speaker, where those prices are actually 9% less than many of our competitors. And so for us, we really want to make sure that during the holiday season, customers can take advantage of the millions of deals that we have available across over 35 product categories. Everything you see here on this table is under $50. And this is just a very small subset of the many products that we have to offer consumers during the holiday season.
Nancy Dalton, where can our viewers go to learn more about some of these programs and these discounts that Amazon has?
Yes, if your listeners want to learn more about the programs, the deals, and the features that we talked about today, or about any of these cool products on the table, they can visit us at amazon.com/EBT.
Nancy Dalton, thanks for joining me this morning.
Thank you for having me, Dan. Happy holidays to you.
Few stories capture the imagination quite like Wicked. From its incredible run on Broadway, its highly anticipated big screen adaptation, this is a tale that's enchanted millions. Joining us today is Ethan Slater, the talented actor bringing Bach to life in this reimagined Oz. Ethan, welcome to the show, my friend.
Dan, thank you for having me.
All right, I know you're used to stepping into some surreal worlds, like SpongeBob, and
Yeah, sure.
now you're jumping into Oz. It has a huge, passionate fan base. What was it like for you to kind of step into this world and take in the role of Bach and a character that's like really integral to the story?
Yeah, there is a lot of crossover there in some ways. SpongeBob meant so much to so many people for 20 years, right? It was like this piece of animation and comedy that like changed my sense of humor and all of my friends' sense of humor. And Wicked was kind of the same thing. It was a piece of theater that taught me how to think about theater. It was one of the first shows I ever saw when I was 11 years old. I think it was the second Broadway show I ever saw. And, I fell in love with the original Broadway cast album. I fell in love with this story. And it made me sort of want to do more and more and more and more. So I know how much it means to people because it meant that much to me. And just like with SpongeBob, where I wanted to take care of the character and make sure that people saw SpongeBob when they saw me, but I also wanted to put my own spin on it. So is the same with Bach. I wanted to make sure that I paid homage to Christopher Fitzgerald, who played it originally on Broadway, to the dozens of people, if not more, who have played it in the 2 decades since. But I also wanted to bring my own version of Bach to this world. And I feel really grateful, honestly, to John Chu, who fostered that in a huge way.
And the journey of creating Bach is both heartfelt and it's tragic. How did you approach balancing this kindness and his struggles with this unrequited love?
I think it's a really human thing and something that I think a lot of people can relate to. You know, Bach with Nessa, there's another unrequited love there, but their relationship over the course of this movie, it sort of blossoms. It starts from a place of misunderstanding, but I think they really care about each other, and they form a really real friendship that just means something different to Nessa than it does to Bach. And in the face of that, he's dealing with his unrequited love for Galinda. And I think what's really beautiful about this is the way that throughout all of that, Bach is still leading with good enough intentions, and he's looking for his place in the world, and he kind of finds it. And then, as John has talked about, a lot of Wicked is about what happens when the curtain is pulled back and the truth is revealed, and how do you handle that? How do you handle that shake up to your system, to your sense of the world? And that's kind of what starts to happen in part 2, which I'm really excited about, but can't really talk about yet. Sorry, I got ahead of myself.
That's all right. Your bosses aren't watching my show. You could put as many spoilers here as possible.
It might be.
The production design, it's breathtaking. What was it like filming in these elaborate sets, and what are you excited for fans of Wicked to see?
The sets were stunning and larger than life. I think that's something that I was really amazed by in the moment. Because I remember walking onto the set of Shiz and just kind of my eyes just going up, 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 because they built this huge quad of the school, and there's a giant lake, and we entered the school on boats in the lake. And I remember thinking, God, I hope people don't assume this is CGI. I remember seeing, the wizard head in the wizard's chambers, and thinking, I really hope people realize that in real life, those eyebrows and the lips are moving and the sound is coming through. It's all really built. And I think watching the movie, what I'm struck by is that the practical nature of the sets and of the costumes and of the world, it really comes through. It feels really lived in. And so it just sort of proved to me the value of it, I guess.
Ethan, thanks for joining me this morning and kind of giving us that little peek behind the curtain of Wicked. We can't wait to check it out. It's in theaters now, and thank you guys for joining me this morning.
Yeah, thank you for having me, and thanks everyone for watching. Go see Wicked, I guess.
And that is it for New Mexico Rising. I want to thank you for tuning in and checking out the show. If you actually want to be on the show, email me. That's newmexicorising@gmail.com. You can follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Just look up New Mexico Rising. Also, go to our website, newmexicorising.com. I got books from some of the authors we bring onto the show. We put them on there for free. All you got to do is pay for shipping, and there are limited quantities. So get those as quickly as you can. That's newmexicorising.com. Follow us on YouTube. That's youtube.com/NMRising. Make sure you like, comment, and share there. And until next week, that was New Mexico Rising.